We ended the last segment with a promise. The experiment is the only method that lets us claim one thing causes another. Here's why it earns that power. In an experiment, the researcher doesn't just watch, they actively manipulate one variable to see its effect on another, while holding everything else constant. The variable you manipulate is the independent variable, the suspected cause. The outcome you measure is the dependent variable, the effect. Picture testing, whether sleep improves memory. You take your participants and split them into groups. The experimental group gets the treatment, say a full 8 hours of sleep. The control group doesn't. They get only 4. Then both groups take the same memory test. The amount of sleep is your independent variable. The test score is your dependent variable. The control group is the genius of the design. Without it, you'd have nothing to compare against. With it, you can ask, did the group that slept more actually remember more? But a good experiment has to guard against expectation. People can behave differently if they know which group they're in, and even experimenters can unconsciously nudge results. So we use control techniques. Random assignment, deciding by chance who goes in which group, is the crucial one. It scatters all those confounding variables, the hidden third factors, evenly across both groups, so on average the groups differ only in the treatment. We use placebos, a fake treatment, so the act of being treated doesn't masquerade as the treatment itself. And in a double-blind design, neither the participants nor the researchers interacting with them know who's in which group until the data are in. Now connect this back to correlation. Remember exercise and depression? An experiment could randomly assign people to an exercise program or a wait list, then measure depression weeks later. Because assignment was random, the group started out equivalent. So if the exercisers improve more, exercise is the most reasonable cause. That's the leap correlation could never make. The trade-off is realism. A tightly controlled lab isn't real life, and a result that holds in the lab doesn't automatically hold in the world. That's the question of external validity. So psychologists combine methods, each covering the other's weaknesses. But there's one constraint that overrides all of this. We're studying human beings, and there are things we simply may not do to them. That's where we turn next, the ethics of research.